No USA, no Chile, no Holland, no Italy. Many teams are missing out on Russia 2018, but what the true tragedy is that a lot of amazing star players are not going to be seen. EXTV has compiled a list of the top 5 players we believe are going to miss out on Russia. Check it out in 1 minute. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Extra Time TV. We at EXTV have compiled a list using very complicated mathematical equations and analytical methods, not really, to calculate a top 5 list of players that are going to miss out on Russia. Here we go. Number 5 on the list, Mr. Poulos, Mr. USA himself, the Dortmund man, will be missing out on the World Cup. Sure, we could argue the US men's national team is far from a superpower, but this is a guy who has been making waves across Europe, playing for Dortmund. He's an amazing product of what was, I believe, the project that Jurgen Klinsmann has put in place for the national team. He's a dynamic player. He's very exciting. He was the star of the US national team, and this is a guy who's been lighting up the Bundesliga, for a while now. But unfortunately, we'll not be seeing this young, exciting player represent the US men's national team, because they would have loved to make a statement at this World Cup. The US spent a lot of money on development, and unfortunately, we will not be seeing Mr. Poulos. Number 4 on our list, Chiellini, Mr. Juventus himself, Mr. Italia himself, strong gladiator-like defender. He will not be making it to the World Cup, unfortunately. You all know Sweden cruelly knocked the Italians out. Deservedly so, well, that's an opinion we'll have to decide. But make no mistake, this is a guy who has been a stalwart at the back for Juventus and the Italian national team. He's a very rare type of defender that you don't see anymore. The very old school, uncompromising, physical defender who's not afraid to get stuck in, bleed a couple noses, play with a nose mask because his nose is broken. Because you don't see defenders like that anymore in that mold. The Maldinis, the Nestors, the Walter Samuels, the Adams, these type of guys, you don't see them anymore. And unfortunately, we will not be graced by his ferocious, classical Italian defending at the World Cup, which they are known for, which is a type of player that we will rarely see anymore. And it's truly a shame that we'll never see the true art of defending, because many lists treat these sort of players, defensive players, in a different light. But we want to highlight that we understand defensive football as an art, and the World Cup will definitely be less bright without Chiellini. Number 3. Mr. Robin himself, the Dutchman who has been lighting up Bayern Munich, who has played for Chelsea, who has been an amazing player for the years, had some time in Real Madrid. That guy with one foot apparently that no one can stop is not going to be at the World Cup. Now we know Holland has always had problems. They are very much one of the most unstable teams. They are very great. They have the fantastic total football philosophy, which seems to have gone from their football philosophy. Their talent pool seems to have dried up in a lot of ways. And it's just a shame, because a player like himself would have graced the World Cup. He has reached the final in 2010. He had a very prominent role with the Netherlands in the last World Cup. And unfortunately, we will not be able to see him scorching down the wings, cutting in and out, and laying off passes, or even scoring goals at Russia 2018. He is one of the many examples of a superpower team that should be there but isn't there. And the World Cup will, of course, lose out on seeing that lightning quick winger. He doesn't have that much years left in his career, so it is truly a shame. Number 2, the Arsenal man, the Chilean striker, who has won back-to-back Copa Americas, who graced us with Barcelona and Udinese respectively, is not going to be at the World Cup. This is a guy who carried Chile to 2 international titles at the cost of Leo Messi and Argentina. He has been a true leader for his team. I remember those penalty shootouts. He showed true character against a team with a bunch of stars. Romero sending him the wrong way. Chile winning back-to-back Copa America finals. This is a guy who has done it with Barcelona. This is a guy who's a very talented, dynamic player for Arsenal. His amazing dribbling, his tenacity, his ability to drop deep, his free kick ability. He's definitely an exciting player. Whether you love him or hate him, he is a top player. And unfortunately, we are not going to see Mr. Alexi himself with his raised shots, taking free kicks at the World Cup. Number 1 on our list, drum roll, Gigi Buffon. Now anybody who looks at football has loads of respect for Gigi Buffon. This is a guy who has been in the Italian setup for as long as I could remember. I mean, of course, there were keepers before, but this is a guy who has been a mainstay for Juventus. He has been a mainstay for Italy, and he is an amazing player for Parma. Check out that team. Some very exciting players came out of that Parma team, such as Cannavaro and so on. But Gigi Buffon is not going to go to the World Cup. This is a guy who has status in terms of players like Zidane and many others before him, and unfortunately he's not going to get the graceful send-off he would like, which was one major international tournament at the world stage. We are not going to get to see his leadership, his reflexes It is a shame because he is truly one of the legends of the game. He's up there with many of the greats Italians before, Dino Zoff and many others. And it is truly a tragedy to me to see Buffon crying at the end of that game against Sweden, because I felt it for him. And whether you like Italy or not, it is truly a tragedy. This is a very well-respected player. Even last year in the Champions League, people who were from Real Madrid, respected Buffon. This is a top player. This is a guy that has been on top of his game for many years. He has been with Italy at the highest points when he won in 2006, at the lowest lows when he got knocked out in early stages. But now he will have the unenviable tag stuck to him that he was a part of the team that did not make it to the World Cup for the first time since 1958. So unfortunately, we will not see the great services of the great Gigi Buffon at the next World Cup. So there you have it, folks. That's our top 5. I'm sure you all may have your own opinion. Let me know who you think should have been on the list. Let me know in the comment section below. Comment, let me know why is it you think that this guy should have been on our list. I'm sure it's only 5 people. There's many players that could be at the World Cup and are not there. There are many notable mentions, but unfortunately we skimmed it down to 5. So with that being said, like, subscribe, comment, follow us on Instagram and on Twitter, because when you do that, you automatically qualify for a chance to win a copy of FIFA 18, and also you automatically qualify for discount for items such as FIFA 18, PlayStations, and very cool football gear. Come on, we love very good gear when we play. Cleats for our international fans. Do that because wonderful things would happen. So this is Andre Soklal signing out.
Thank you for watching another episode of Extra Time TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We'll leave the links below.